The summer is winding down, and soon my kids are going to be headed back to school, so it's time to start thinking about things that are going to make my life easier during this transition. Today I'm sharing with you some easy keto breakfast meal ideas that you can incorporate into your busy life as the seasons change. Oh, and all of these recipes have been tested by my own kids, so you know they're all winners. They pretty much scarf down every single bite. These recipes are ones that can be made either ahead of time, as a batch, or just make on the fly. Either way, you'll have breakfast for your family in no time. I'll have part 2 of this easy keto breakfast series out next week, so make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss them all. First up is my chocolate keto chia pudding. This is a creamy chocolatey pudding that tastes like a dessert, but it's actually good for you. It's filled with healthy fats from 1/4 cup of avocado, chia seeds to keep you full, cacao powder for antioxidants, and then just use whatever nut milk you want. I used macadamia nut milk here. Then add a pinch of salt. And this is optional. I wouldn't do this if I was making it for my kids, but you can add a half a teaspoon of ground espresso. This will help bring out the chocolate flavor a little bit more. Then a little splash of vanilla. And I forgot to show you, but you can add some Swerve for sweetness. I added 2 tablespoons of Swerve here, or whatever keto-friendly sweetener you have is fine. And then just blend it up and it's ready to serve. I like adding berries and coconut flakes to mine, but you can top it whatever you like nuts or seeds. These are great because they'll store in the refrigerator for a few days, and this recipe will make about 4 servings. I'll have the full recipe in the description box below. Up next is my keto smoothie. I did a video on this recently, so if you want the full step-by-step, I'll leave the link in the description box below so you can learn how to make it. But it's basically avocado, berries of choice. I use raspberries, obviously, coconut oil, Swerve, and then pour in your favorite nut milk, blend it all together, and you're done. Easy peasy, right? Give me a thumbs up if you like easy breakfast too. My kids love smoothies for breakfast, and it's great to take on the go when you're headed to work. I love avocados in smoothies because they provide creaminess of a banana without the banana, because, you know, bananas aren't keto, right? Too much sugar. So, of course, I have to highlight my crunchy, yummy keto granola. I also did a video on how to make this. I'll leave it in the link below too. But basically, you add whatever combination of nuts and seeds you want, your favorite sweeteners and spices, mix it all together. The secret ingredient that will make it all stick together is 2 egg whites that you beat until you have soft peaks. Stir that all together and you spread it out evenly on a baking tray and bake for 45 minutes at 250 degrees. After it's cooled and hardened, just break it up into smaller chunks. This is one of my favorite keto recipes because it's so versatile. One subscriber suggested adding sugar-free chocolate chips to turn this into more of a dessert, which I think is a great idea. And my kids' favorite breakfast is Keto Cereal. This is my take on a fruity kid cereal. It's like if Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, and a sugar cookie had a keto baby, that baby would be named this Keto Fruit Crumb cereal. You can watch my video on how to make this cereal. I'll leave the link below as well, but you're basically adding the base, which is almond flour, egg white protein, Swerve, and then add any sort of flavoring like cherry, orange, lemon, plus food coloring because, well, kids like to eat colored food, right? Then you just blend that all together in a food processor until you get a dough-like consistency. You can make a huge batch up ahead of time and have it ready to go, so when you don't feel like cooking in the morning or you woke up late because the alarm didn't go off and now you're on a full sprint to get out the door in the morning. So either way, it's great. Next, you just pinch off the dough into little bite-sized pieces and you're gonna bake it in the oven for 10 minutes. This keto cereal can be stored in an airtight container for a few weeks. And again, if you want to learn how to make this keto cereal, just watch the video that I did on it a few weeks ago. I'll have it linked below in the description box. The cereal, you can use any sort of nut milk to mix in with it or heavy cream, half and half if you don't mind a little bit more carbs. I like macadamia nut milk by Milkadamia, and especially the one that's sweetened with vanilla. I'll leave the link below on where you can purchase this. I get mine from Thrive Market. And who doesn't like bagels in the morning? These keto bagels can be made ahead of time so they're ready to go when you are. I like mine with almond butter, but they're great with eggs and bacon too. To make these, you melt 10 ounces of mozzarella cheese in the microwave and then measure out 5 ounces of almond flour and mix it with a teaspoon of baking powder and set that aside. And once your cheese is all melted, you add 1 egg and stir that together. I use a mixer to combine them all. I think it's a little bit easier than trying to do it by hand. Then add your dry ingredients and continue mixing until most of it is combined. And then after it looks like it's mostly combined, I do the rest of the combining process with my hands. I like to knead the dough out on a lightly floured surface. I think this process is a little bit easier and it helps the ingredients meld together better. Once your surface is all cleaned off, you want to sandwich the dough in between 2 pieces of parchment paper and refrigerate it for 30 minutes. Makes it a little bit easier to work with the dough this way. Once it's done, you want to form it into a thick log and then using a bench scraper, cut it into 8 even pieces. Then take 1 piece at a time and roll it out into a snake that's about 8 inches long and just pinch the ends together until you have a little bagel. And then put them on a baking tray and you're going to bake it at 325 for about 17 to 20 minutes. I like to have a stack of these around for the family. They love these as snacks too, and they're great as bagel sandwiches as well. They're so good when they're warm and you spread a little bit of almond butter or regular butter on it so it kind of melts a little bit. Oh, so delicious. Pancakes are definitely a breakfast favorite in my house. Did you guys check out my latest video on how to make these easy keto pancakes? Your weekday breakfast menu can now include pancakes because these can be made in a blender. I'll have the link below on this video so you can see how to make them. But they're basically made by blending coconut flour, cream cheese, baking powder, milk of choice, and eggs into a blender. And you give this blend to mix it all together. Then you're going to pour it onto the griddle and you'll have pancakes in just a couple of minutes. My kids love these pancakes. They're tasty and filling, nutritious, and we love them topped with butter and sugar-free syrup as well. Make sure you check out part 2 of this easy keto breakfast series. I'll be featuring more meat and egg style breakfast ideas. Many can be made up ahead of time too if you love to meal prep. So be sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video either, and comment below on what your favorite easy keto breakfast meals are so we get more ideas. See you next week.